Hello there, Virgo, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your February career and money reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. Okay, Virgo, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So I'm going to start off with the Animal Spirit card, Oracle card, and then the Soul Travelers, and then we'll move to the Tarot to get more details. Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. So interesting. Taurus had the same card, so it's kind of interesting because even though they had the same card, I have a different energy with this for you. Protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. Let me take it. Yeah, watch your words on the bottom. I feel like for this, totally different energy than with Taurus. I feel like this is you setting healthy boundaries with yourself, okay? As far as like your self-talk, you know, what are the things that you're saying about yourself as far as your career and money are concerned? I'm worthy of abundance. Money flows easily to me. Those are like positive affirmations that you can say to yourself. And instead of, to take a look, a friend asks you to go to dinner, say one night or something like that, and you're like, well, I'm kind of short on money right now, so I don't think, I'm going to do that. Instead, turn it around and say, hey, I'd love to get together. How about we just meet for dessert, or how about you come over and we'll just have a drink together, like trying to take the opportunity. And even though you may not want to go out or going somewhere less expensive, they want to go to some restaurant and you're kind of like, wow, I can't afford that. It's about kind of like taking a look at the talk that you have with yourself. And your angels really want you to know that you are protected. Like you may be almost like over saving your money or over holding on to your money in a way, but in a negative way, as far as like you're preventing money to flow to you. So let's go to the tarot, and so I can maybe get some, angel strength, the thinking woman, happy family, really nice. Contract. Like, I think if you're looking for a new job or you're trying to go in a, or extend a contract, buy a house, something like that, because we have the happy family card. Really interesting. All major arcana coming out here. We have the high priestess. I'm laying these out and then I'm going to come back and talk about them. I feel like you are really either feeling shortchanged on money right now, or you are trying to save up for something. High priestess is coming out twice. It's about listening to your intuition and then being determined to go in that direction. You are protected by your angels. I mean, you really have this energy here. It is about setting healthy boundaries, but healthy boundaries also around the way that you talk to yourself about money or about what it is that you're trying to manifest. Because, with contract here, we have rest and rejuvenation. This is a little bit of your energy, Virgo. And then carrying connections. Love is coming in, and this is not your love reading. But I feel as if for some reason, your romantic or your relationship sector is at this time also affecting your career and money, or your career money is affecting your personal relationships. And that happens quite often. And I feel like you're in this period of time where that may be happening. there is there is this energy of having the strength to go after what it is that you really want. The Sun card, is something that you really want, whether this is starting a new business. I do feel like some of you are trying to buy a home or build a home, something like that. And because I can see the cards here, there's this energy of having the strength, the resilience to, keep on a certain path, having these boundaries that help you to reach your goal without like preventing you from enjoying life, if that makes sense. Like we can all go on like a savings binge, for a while, like when you're trying to save up for a new car or something like that. And like when I've done that, it's kind of like you almost make it into a game, right? It's almost like, is that game becoming your way of life and preventing you to have some joy in your life too? I'm not saying that you have to have money to have joy, but sometimes, have you ever known somebody that, is really kind of extremely frugal, extremely, right? That they'll never go out to eat with you. And that it's really because they just don't want to spend money, or they don't ever go on a vacation. It's almost like this frugality to a point where you're, I'm not saying you're doing this. I think that this is kind of a caution that you have these boundaries, almost like blocking your joy and abundance. And it could be around a belief system. It's like the universe is coming in and blowing that up because you need to expand your thinking about your career and money. It's almost like you're keeping yourself too small. It's time to go in a new direction. Really interesting, because I feel as if the universe has you wanting to set healthy boundaries, but healthy is the word that they're kind of highlighting for me. It's not like set boundaries. I think you have boundaries. I think the thing, Virgo, here is that looking at your boundaries about how you spend money and asking yourself, are you just shortchanging yourself of joy and abundance? Joy and happiness, of adventure. Are you just like, staying within this wall? I'm not spending money. I'm not going outside of this wall, because if I go outside of this wall, it costs money. But you're protected by the angels. I feel like some of you may have an opportunity that comes in, and it's maybe a little risky, like a little bit out of your comfort zone. I would never encourage anybody to take a big financial risk without, consulting your financial advisor or something. I'm not a financial advisor. It's this energy, though, that, are you taking, say you're in a good, stable job, but it doesn't pay as much as you want. And it's kind of like, oh, well, okay, well, I don't really want to put my resume out there. That's kind of outside my comfort zone. I'd really like to have another job, but, I don't want to move. Like you're putting so many parameters on what it is that you want that it could never come into fruition. It's, I think that, there's a lot of overthinking here. You're attached to thinking something has to happen in a certain way. But all of this is just bringing you sadness. It could have something to do with love, wanting to take action in a love. But once again, like feeling overly attached to money, to how that relationship, how your money fits into this relationship, because you do have this contract. And I think it's really interesting that you have this contract and carrying connections. There's some attachment here to, this is your area of resistance, that you're overthinking it. And then we have the high priestess twice. It's about going within and trying to figure out where to put your time and money. And then we have the King of Wands. Okay, I'm going to say this about the King of the Wands. The King of Wands is fun, blazes their own trail, right? Is not stuck in a position and will not budge from it. You know, Virgo, you're very kind of regimented, logical, you know, organized. Those are all great characteristics, but if you get stuck in that, you can also get kind of like stuck in just doing the same thing day in and day out, or not venturing out into something that would bring you a lot more fulfillment. The King of Wands he's like, hey, I got to go live life, you know? I got to live life. Like maybe you're putting too much time and energy into your work, into trying to save for something in the future. And once again, I'm not saying that you don't put your energy into that, but it's kind of like, okay, could you break out of your comfort zone just a little bit? I feel like you're really being called to jump out of your comfort zone. However that may resonate with you. Because your advice here is, look at, you have caring connections and happy family. You know, I think you are wanting to build, I feel like for a lot of you, this is about acquiring a home, acquiring, you know, a personal relationship, you know, of some sort that you can build a family with, somebody you can build a family with. You're wanting to step into this new chapter of your life. You're wanting to step into a new chapter. And then, you know, you have the Fool card and the King of Wands. This is definitely jumping into a new chapter. You're wanting to jump into this new chapter. But it's almost as if, this is your advice, it's as if you don't have the determination to go after what you really want and to celebrate with friends and family. It's almost like you're cutting yourself off from friends and family in order to save money. That's the message that I'm kind of getting. However that means to you, you know. As if there's just this sense of being really tight with your money. But the problem with, and I'm not saying, once again, if you're saving for something, you know, special, and you have to save for a short amount of time, and you're really tightening up the hatches, you know, and really staying in that savings energy. And we've all done that for short periods of time. It's just, don't get stuck in that. There's something that you need to look at, how you're spending your money. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're over saving. You're not taking any, and I don't want to say risk, but you're not enjoying your money. That's it. You're not enjoying it. You know, sometimes I have to say that to myself. You know, it's kind of like I can get like that. You know, like, oh, no. You know, no, I don't want to do that. Because I always look at, you know, how much something's going to cost. And then I ask myself, well, am I going to have that much enjoyment? But sometimes I'm just overthinking it, right? I'm overthinking it. Like it's got to pay off. Like, you know, everything has to pay off. Like I'm not spending money on something unless it's going to pay off. It's this, you know, you're kind of attached to a certain outcome. And if it doesn't pay off exactly that way, then you're just not going to do it. But how do you know? Right? You don't know. You never know. You might actually have a lot of fun if you know, say some of your friends or something say, hey, let's go on a vacation. And you know, they're, you know, renting a house down at the beach or something like that, right? And you're kind of like, oh, yeah, no, I don't, oh, how much is that going to cost? And, you're kind of like, hemming and hawing about it, and you're all up in your head about it. No. Oh, no. Look at all the other things I could buy with that money, right? But it's about things don't, you go out to eat, and the food that you eat did not cost, okay, what you pay for it in a restaurant. Because you're buying so much other stuff. You're buying the ambiance of the restaurant. You're buying the experience of the people you're dining with, right? Somebody's cooking it for you and cleaning it up. Like, you don't have to do that. It's about taking a good look at what is it that you want out of life? What experiences do you want? Because the King of Wands is all about experiences. What experiences do you want? And then asking yourself, are you spending your money on these, or are you spending your money and we all have to spend money. I don't want to steer you wrong. We all have to spend money on rent and food and all of that. But at the end of the day, are you piddling your money away in some other fashion that isn't helping you to experience life the way that you would like to experience it? And I think that is what you need to go into your intuition, into your heart. What experiences, Virgo, are you wanting? And I think for a lot of you, there is something to do here with family or carrying connections, maybe traveling with family, building a home for your family. There's something there, and it's as if, it's almost as if you are only thinking about how you would want to experience life, but you're not putting any action into it. You're stuck on just thinking about it. And it's kind of like a call to action. It's kind of like, okay, start, if it's a trip or if it's a house, it's like start a separate savings account, start putting money into it, and watching it grow and getting really excited about that, like looking at it from that viewpoint, maybe instead of looking at all the things that like you're giving up. I feel like there's maybe something about you're focusing more on what you're giving up and not getting really excited about what it is that you want. Okay, I am the loving energy of the universe. There you go. See, I feel like it's like stepping into this energy of loving your money, loving the way you spend your money in a healthy way, in a healthy way. But it's about, if you have a lot of money in the bank, right? And you're not saving for something in particular, then it's kind of like, okay, what would you really like to do? What experience? And I think it's more of an experience. I don't feel like it's like it could be you want to buy a new car or something, but I feel like it's more of an experience. Like you're really wanting an experience for you and maybe the people in your life, like a vacation or even building a home, something like that. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. I'd love to hear in the comments below how this may resonate with you. Very interesting. I feel like there's something in your heart space that's kind of opening up here. And this is just like the beginning, perhaps, of, going on a new path, of looking at this in a different direction, of your money, how you spend your money. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Much love and light to you. I hope to see you again really soon. And if you did resonate, please consider commenting, or subscribing. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.